What's up, everyone? So I was in Portland, Oregon, like maybe 3 months ago. I went up there. I had to go up there for like a little Triumph appearance at a Columbia River dealership up in Portland. They were unveiling a bunch of bikes, so myself, Jeff Stamp, went up there. When I was in area, I stopped over at ICON Motosports, just go see everybody, say hello. Always good to stop there. And while I was there, rummaging through the back garage, which is where they have like all the mad scientist bikes, right? All the bikes that they've created over the years, they're all back there, plus some new ones that are coming. And I was just walking around looking through everything like I always do, and I found this. My first bike that I ever raced the Mexican 1000 on. So I grew up racing dirt and motocross when I was a young kid, up all the way to the point until I bought my first sport bike. Once I bought my first sport bike, I got hooked on stunt riding. When Icon had come up with a concept for Portland to Dakar, we were already working with Triumph, Icon was working with Triumph, and the Tiger 800 XC had just come out. And we just wanted to build a video that we can put these bikes through the paces and see what they're capable of. I had never ridden a bike that big off-road. I had a lot of off-road experience, but never on a bigger sport adventure bike. So when Icon came up with the concept, we went out, we put these things through snow, sand, forest, you name it, we put it through, and we beat the hell out of those bikes. Well, shortly after the Portland to Dakar video dropped, my good buddy Johnny Sheff, who owns Motorworks, which is a Triumph dealership in the Chicago area, wanted to race the Nora Mexican 1000. So again, we teamed up with Icon and we built two Tiger 800 XCs that we went out and we raced the Nora Mexican 1000, and then we did the Alcan 5000 right after. And we beat the hell out of these bikes. These bikes got the living crap kicked out of them. Well, fast forward to just being at Icon a few months ago and seeing the bike in the back of the garage just all battered and beat to hell. I got lucky that Kurt over at Icon was cool enough to let me bring this bike back home and rebuild the thing to kind of just bring it all back to life. So here she is. As you can tell, this thing's got the crap kicked out of it. This was the gas tank that we painted. Well, the fuel's got to escape somewhere, so you can see that the paint's just coming right off. So this is going to have to all be gone through. The front fender that used to be on it is no longer on it. I think somebody over at Icon decided that they were going to just kind of put together a front dirt bike fender on this thing. So this thing just basically became like a salvage yard bike to where you just do whatever the hell you want to it. It had the spare gas tank. We never actually had to use this when we were racing. This gas tank is so big, so we didn't ever have to do this. Missing this whole cover up here. The seat's holding up pretty good. Seat concept seat. This thing was actually really comfortable. It's built up to kind of give you some comfort when you're doing the long distance. The Mexican 1000 is 13 miles long, so it's a long race. The wheels are still all painted, still look pretty good. So this bike, I originally ripped the rear shock off this thing.
She's a low rider.
So during the race, the Mexican 1000, I decided to go a little bit too hard, thinking that I was going to win the day, and I ended up ripping the shock right off of the dog bone down here. We ended up having to weld the shock back on to get through the race, and this thing stayed like that for a couple of years. I ended up doing the Alcan 5000, which is 5,000 miles over 10 days with the shock welded directly to the frame. Since then, it looks like the welds have come off and a different shock has gone on there, so that's all fixed. But again, got to go through everything. The exhaust is all beat and battered. You can see all the dirt caked on there from years. That's Mexico dirt, Alaska dirt, just all sorts of different types of terrains. Suspension has Öhlins cartridge kits built in, just like the drop-in kits into the forks. Again, this side of the tank is battered. It had cool little little graphics here. Pretty beat. I mean, this thing needs to be gone through. No clutch. All the mirrors are all busted and taken off. We did go with bigger risers just because we were doing a lot of long distance miles, so we wanted to be standing as much as possible. But yeah, this bike This bike has seen a lot of miles, a lot of abuse, and now it's time to bring her back to shape. So this thing has seen tons and tons of abuse, you know, from welding shocks onto it, from breaking it in the desert to 5,000 miles over the course of 10 days through all of Canada, over through Alaska. This thing has seen hard miles. I remember riding this thing for 10 days straight at like 100 miles an hour on the road with a moose bib in the front. Like, this thing has just gone through hell and back. And the idea is to just go ahead and rebuild this thing. I want to rebuild this thing back to, bring it back to life, back to what it looked like right before we raced the Mexican 1000, and just bring it all back to what it was. Because at one point in time, this thing was mint. Like, it looked really, 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 really good. And, you know, during that time, between this video, which is the Mexican 1000, which was Lords of the Atlas, and then the Alcan 5000, which was another part of Lords of the Atlas, and Portland to Dakar, I mean, this is when the Tiger 800 XC just kind of first came out. So these videos help kind of lay the groundwork for the whole Tiger sport adventure craze in general. I mean, these videos really kind of triggered a lot of people going out and wanting to do the same thing with their Tigers. So these bikes are near and dear to myself. I did find the orange Portland to Dakar bike, happens to be in a Triumph warehouse. Again, that thing has the living crap kicked out of it. Broken pieces everywhere. So right now I'm in the process of trying to get that one back too. That's the one that had nitrous on it. And, the horn button was actually a nitrous button. Just like a 4D shot, but still it was rad. It felt like a video game. But I'm working with Triumph now to see if I can get that bike back, to go ahead and rebuild that one at the same time, and just bring these bikes back to life, because these bikes were very influential bikes in the whole sport adventure Tiger Triumph craze back in the day. And these were, you know, dare I say that these were the bikes that kind of triggered the whole movement. It's possible, because these were very, very high level, very popular viral videos that triggered a lot of people to want to go out and do the same thing. So the idea is to build this thing back to stock, bring it back to life, do the same with the orange one, and then probably make more videos on them. But I want to get the nitrous button back on. I want to get this thing back looking like it was. The white bike that was also in the video, that one has come and gone, has been sold off to somebody else. The black bike from Portland to Dakar is in pieces. I don't think that one ever made it out. I think the motor got used in something else. And the orange one's still alive and the yellow one are still alive. And they happen to be the two bikes that I both rode. So if I can get my hands on the other one, I'll do the same as this one. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of give you guys a heads up that I did find this bike. We're going to be going through everything, rebuilding it, rewriting it, redoing everything. And I'm just pumped. Just pumped to find this thing in one piece, alive, still kicking, and it's got a lot ahead of it. So I'll stop yapping, get to building, but yeah, keep an eye out for these videos. I'm gonna start by taking the whole thing apart, assessing what it needs, what needs to be done to it, how bad it is, making sure that everything runs. I haven't even heard it run yet or anything, so just kind of go through it, see what we got to do to it, and just go from there. But I'll stop yapping, get to it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.